Okay, in this video we're going to practice graphing the different functions we've talked about using just our own knowledge of the different transformations for these functions. You can use technology to check yourself, but on the actual test I will do this part without a calculator. Just so you know. And also, just to kind of try to make this video a little bit shorter than the last one, we're not going to talk about the domain and range for these. I think you guys have already kind of done that enough. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to graph each of these. So first one, x minus 2 squared plus 4. This is going to be a parabola. I know that normally this starts at 0, 0, goes to 1, 1, and negative 1, 1, and 2, 4, and negative 2, 4, that sort of idea in our parent function. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to graph this same function, but I'm going to slide it over 2 to the right and 4 up. So I know my vertex is going to be 2 to the right and 4 up. And then I'm just going to try to follow the same general pattern as our normal one because this isn't reflected and it's not dilated at all. So I'm just going to go over 1, up 1 for each point after that, and then over 2 and up 4, and then I'm just going to graph it. Okay. Next one is the square root, the radical function. I know that this means it's moved 1 to the left and up 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I know it usually starts at 0, 0. I'm going to go 1 to the left and up 4. There's my normal function. And then I know usually it goes over 1, up 1, over 4, up 2, and even over 9 and up 3 for my next point. And then I can kind of connect them with a gradual line there. That's not very good. Let me try again. Go. And lastly, on this one, we've got the cube root function, which I'm not sure that we graphed a parent function for that one. But the cube root, oh no, we did. We graphed a cube root. That's going to be at 0, 0, and then it's going to follow, it's going to go 1, 1, and then it's going to go, the next one would be, I'm trying to think here, would it be 8? 8 over 8 and up 2. And this one is 1, 1, 0, 0. And then this one was negative 1, 1, and then negative 8, negative 2, or negative 1, negative 1, and negative 8, negative 2. So it kind of goes in this shape. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to move that down, or no, I'm sorry, to the right 1 and up 5. So I'm going to go right 1 and up 5. There's my point. And then also, this has been reflected. It's been reflected by changing all of the y's to their opposite. Okay. And I know that that is true for the y's, not the x's, because this negative sign is outside of the cube root function. So I know that means it's really applied to the y. So what that means is that all of these points are going to be flip-flopped from what they would normally be. So the function is going to look something like this green one here. Something like that. So to graph this, I'm just going to go down 1 over 1, down 2 over 8, up 1 over 1, and up 2 over 8, and connect. And yours hopefully will look a little bit nicer than mine. Okay? What I'd like you to do for this one is go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to try these 3 functions, and then I want you to unpause the video when you're ready to check your work. Alright, so hopefully you've graphed these on your own and you're just checking your work. Number 5 just had a translation to the right 3 and down 2. Number 7 translated to the left 5 and down 1, and it was also reflected so that now it opens down. And then lastly, this one was moved over 1 to the right, as well as this 2 here means a vertical stretch of 2. So in other words, if I had my equation rewritten, it would look something like this. And remember, we talked about when you divide, whatever you divide y by is your scale factor. And if that number is greater than 1, then you know it's a stretch on the vertical. I know it's not applied to the x because it is outside of the function, the absolute value function. It's not inside with the x. So basically what I did was I just changed, and in this case we're lucky because it's a straight line. I could increase and think of it as just like a slope of 2. So basically, instead of going over 1 up 1, it's going to, every time it's going to go over 1 up 2, and to the left over 1 up, over to the left 1 and up 2, same thing. Okay. So before class, you just need to read through these 2 examples. What I want you to do is just try to write an equation for each of these functions. So you've got an absolute value function and a quadratic function. I've given you some directions, and I would some descriptions of transformations, and I just want you to take those and input them and incorporate them into an equation for those 2 functions.